So here we have this guy. Let's be real, he's as average as they come. The type of guy who easily disappears into the background, right? He's so ordinary that his own shadow might forget to follow him. But somehow, he ends up in a school that's nothing but trouble. And when I say trouble, I mean it's a school where every single student is a monster. Yeah, you heard that right. Creatures like vampires, witches, and who knows what else. And our dude? He's the only human there. Good luck with that, buddy. The story kicks off when he misses the mark on his high school entrance exams. Ouch. Rough start. His parents find this mysterious acceptance letter to a school they've never heard of, so they decide to send him there. He gets on a bus, which drives through this super creepy tunnel, and suddenly, he's in a forest with a giant blood-red moon hanging in the sky. At this point, most people would turn back, right? But not him. He just keeps going, like he's walking into his own doom. Then, out of nowhere, a pink-haired girl crashes into him on a bicycle. She's super pretty, but kind of strange too. She immediately bites him on the neck, like, who does that? Turns out she's a vampire. She apologizes, saying his blood smelled too good to resist, and instead of running away like a normal person, our guy starts crushing on her. I mean, she's the first girl who's shown any interest in him, even if it's for his blood. Not long after, he discovers that the entire school is filled with monsters, all disguising their real identities. The #1 rule: no humans allowed. If anyone finds out he's human, he's in big trouble. But guess who's got no poker face? Yep, this guy. He's always one wrong move away from becoming someone's next meal. In class, the vampire girl becomes super attached to him, always hanging around and calling him her friend. Of course, this makes all the other monsters jealous, especially this group of bullies. Their leader is a tough guy who thinks he runs the school. He decides that our hero needs to be taught a lesson. After all, how could a weak, clueless guy like him get close to such a pretty vampire? But our vampire friend has other ideas. When she hears about the bullies, her personality does a complete 180. She unleashes her true vampire form, effortlessly overpowering the bullies and putting them in their place. One second, she's sweet and shy, and the next, she's fierce and unstoppable. And what does our hero do? He just stands there, amazed, wondering how he's still in one piece. Things get even crazier when more girls start noticing him. One of them is a green-haired girl who can use some strange powers to charm people. Another is a witch who likes experimenting with spells. It's almost like he's collecting these odd friends, but it's also a recipe for disaster. Each of these girls has their own reason for keeping an eye on him, and none of them know he's actually human, yet. Now, let's take a moment here. If you were surrounded by monster girls with strange powers, what would you do? Would you try to fit in? Or would you freak out like this guy? Our main character tries to stay out of trouble, but that's pretty much impossible with his new friends and the constant risk of being found out. And just when he thinks things might settle down, the school bully comes back, ready for a rematch. This time, he's determined to show the whole school who's really in charge. And our guy? And let's be honest, he's not exactly ready to throw down. Thankfully, the vampire girl isn't about to let her new friend get hurt. She steps in, transforming again into her powerful vampire form, and she makes sure that the bully knows his place. She's strong, she's fearless, and she's got our guy's back. But deep down, he's starting to wonder how much longer he can keep his secret. As days go by, he begins to realize that he's actually enjoying this strange new life. Sure, he's always a second away from getting caught, but he's never felt this important before. Back in the regular world, no one even noticed him. Here, every day is an adventure. But each time he gets close to these monster girls, he risks blowing his cover. To make things even more intense, the student council, the group that enforces the school's rules, starts paying attention to him. They don't know he's human yet, but they're suspicious. And if they do find out, he's definitely in trouble. Now he has to decide, does he keep his head down and try to survive? Or does he stand up and protect the new friends he's made? It's not easy when every day feels like a game of hide-and-seek with your life on the line. And while he's struggling to find his place in this monster-filled world, there's still a big question hanging over his head. Will he find a way to fit in, or will he get caught and face the consequences? As his story unfolds, you can't help but wonder, will he survive in a school where he doesn't belong, or is he just delaying the inevitable?